Hello, beautiful, wonderful people. It is your girl Simone, Nicole here, back at it again with yet another video. And in today's video, we are going to be doing a chit chat braid out with me. Couple points of business. I don't think I ever explained why there's two sets of flowers back here. I got my mom some flowers one day when I was out, and she was like, everyone needs to see the flowers you got me. I went back and forth with posting this video because it is so opinionated on very political things, and I talk about a fellow YouTuber in the video. And honestly, after letting this rest, because I filmed it I think on the day that the Capitol building was stormed, so I felt a lot of different types of ways. After all these events have unfolded, on this day, the day that I'm sitting here today is January 13th. We're only 13 days into the new year, and Trump has officially been impeached for a second time. So it is insane, and it further just pushes the idea that, like, I have a platform. I'm not about to stay silent. I think that the days of, like, you don't discuss politics on social media, we're just past it at this point, because it's not about politics anymore. It's human rights. It's the blatant double standards. It's the blatant disregard for human life when someone looks a certain way, and then the respect and the literally opening the gates of the Capitol building for someone that looks like the very people that are letting them into the Capitol building. So because you guys are seeing this, of course I am putting it out here. I guess my hair is very secondary. These are the results. I did not care for my braid out results simply because I don't like doing as many braids as I did. I wanted to take pictures with that particular style, and I did. It was a cute little moment, but when I took it out, I just don't care for the way that my hair tends to look when I do my braids that small. And I know you guys are always in the comments like, Simone, shut up. You look great. Your hair looks great. You know, you're just your biggest critic. Also, there was a YouTuber, and I decided to spare her name, but upon further things that were happening as I was finishing up filming that video on twitter.com. I'm still not gonna say that YouTuber's name, but we're just gonna say that her name is Esther. And she lucky I'm only addressing her as Esther. Another piece of business, the reason why I censor myself a lot in this video is because I know that I have a good majority of my subscriber base that is white. So I try not to say like very blanketing terms, but a YouTuber that I watched, Tariq Ali, made a really good point in one of his recent videos. And he said, I have I have a lot of white people that subscribe to me. When I'm referring to these white people, I am referring to the people at the Capitol. I'm referring to extremists. I am referring to, I'll insert the word on the screen that I cannot say because YouTube will demonetize me. If you get angry, then baby girl, that means that the shoe must fit. So you must put that thing on and wear it. And if it don't fit, mind your business. Now, anyways, today we have to do our subscriber shout out of the day. If you are new here, then you would not know that every single video I do a subscriber shout out just to say thank you to you guys for being here with me on my channel and for supporting me. Today's subscriber shout out is going to go to Miss Jessica Gomez. She commented on an older video. It was my video about why he doesn't like you and it's because you don't like yourself. I have that video linked up here so that you guys can watch that. And she said, I'm pretty new to your channel and I'm definitely hooked. I thoroughly look forward to your videos, no matter the content. Great advice. We need more honesty everywhere right now. You know what? You're completely right, Miss Jessica. And it really, like, opening my phone and then going to my creator studio, and that was like one of the first comments that I saw. I'm just like, yes, honesty is needed. And with all that being said, let's get into today's braid out with me. Hello. Okay, so here we are together. And do you know, I did not plan on doing this video. I really didn't. My first video of the year was supposed to be, you know, something else. But, you know, if 2020 taught me anything, it's that you literally cannot plan for anything. I was like, Simone, if you're gonna sit down and like do this little like talk, get ready with me, you're not about to do another braid out. Like, no one wants to see you do another braid out. But the problem is, dear viewer, that I need to do this braid out because I'm going to be working with a company, and then I'm filming and I'm doing the like I'm doing a video that I know you guys are really gonna enjoy, and I just really need my hair to look good and for the pictures to come out good. So I just need to do a braid out, and I need to sit down and I need to talk about my feelings about the current state of the US, okay? So why are we here today? What could Simone not wait to get on camera and talk about? Well, today is January 7th, dear viewer, and if you're watching this in the future, I mean, of course you're watching in the future, dear God help me. Today was the Georgia Senate runoff races, and a day that will once again go down in history. Let me just say this. I've said this all on my social media. If you don't follow me, for sure follow me for my thoughts and opinions. I just want to say, if you are watching this in the very far future, today was the day where Trump supporters stormed the White House. And do you know, I was extra super califragilistically triggered by all of this, because I was one of the people that marched for the rights of people that were being murdered for, you know, just simply being, back in the summertime when the BLM movement really kicked up in the summertime. I was there when we were just, you know, standing there minding our own business as they started to shoot rubber bullets into the crowd. And we saw the way that a lot of Americans reacted that did not agree with the Black Lives Matter movement, what their response was in calling us thugs and saying that we were protesting for no reason and that all lives matter. And I went on this whole rant about it, and I also vlogged me going to the protests, and I was so scared to upload that video because I just didn't want to be eaten up in my comment section for my thoughts and opinions. And what I've kind of come to the realization is that no one that's a Trump supporter should be following me at this point. I think that I don't create a space in which a Trump supporter thrives. I'm happy about that. I don't want you here. If you can say with your full chest that you are a out and proud Trump supporter, you're just not welcome on my channel. I'm kind of getting off topic, and I'm gonna go back to my feelings about today. I often hear the argument of, well, you shouldn't just excommunicate somebody because you guys didn't vote for the same person. It's too naive, and it's making it seem like the person that is on my side of the argument is petty and letting something as silly as politics, quote, get in the way of having a friendship. See, the problem here is that we're not disagreeing on like about being an organ donor. We're not disagreeing on whether ketchup is supposed to be used for chicken nuggets to be dipped in. You know, like, we're not disagreeing on things like that. And I don't even know why I'm explaining this to you guys. All of, like, birds of a feather flock together. And it's really sad because I just feel like I'm just shouting into a void. Like, all of you sitting here are mostly young. A lot of y'all are black. Like, we're just all having the same conversation with each other. So like, maybe I should have some like out proud Trump supporters. Ew, no, I don't want that. Maybe like, I just feel like we're just having this conversation in a vacuum, because it's just like me preaching to the choir of like, isn't this crazy? And then the choir being like, yes, Simone, this is crazy. I was especially triggered today because, like I said before, we were standing, minding our business, talking to each other, and literally had to start running because they were shooting rubber bullets into the crowd. Today, Trump supporters were so upset that we now have a completely Democratic Senate, House, and about to be sitting president, that they decided to storm the Capitol building. And why this is so triggering and traumatizing, if we're going to keep it all the way 100, is that it is the most blatant display of white privilege that I've ever, like, literally ever seen in my life. Like, for anybody that's like, I don't understand white privilege, like, I don't understand how you got to 2021 and you're still like touting this like weird, like, I don't get what privilege. Like, listen, Regina, if you ever needed a lesson in what white privilege is, or more plain understanding of it, I believe that you got it today. And it's so unbelievably blatantly clear and feels like such a plain slap in the face that I, months ago, had my mother looking at me sideways and was genuinely concerned for her daughter to go to a peaceful protest about a black man losing his life on video, where he sat begging for his life, asking for his mother over and over again, saying that he couldn't breathe, begging for an officer to get off his neck. And people went off and decided to take to the streets to march for a human life being taken. And my mother was scared for my life because she knows how this country works. She knows the systematic racism that exists in this country, in that her young black daughter could be standing there minding her business doing nothing. A police officer could shoot into a crowd, or dead shoot me in my chest, and he would never see the repercussions for it. We know that as the minorities. Oh baby, we know that very clear, and we have been raised to understand that since the moment that we have come out of the womb. We have never not been able to understand race and racism. From the moment that we were able to conceptualize and understand the concept of race, our parents had to teach it to us. You don't have to go through that as someone that is not a person of color. You will never understand that. I don't wish that existence upon anybody, like you having to think twice about everything that you do based off of the simple color of your skin. I don't wish that upon anybody, okay? Now, to have my mother have to worry like that about me going to a protest, for my niece to be too scared to come with me to the protest because she saw the way that protests were being represented online and the potential to lose your life to march for something as the death of another black person in America, for that to be the stakes that we are marching for, and to know that we are potentially putting our life on the line, and for me to make the conscious decision that it is worth it because I inadvertently and did not know that I became a part of history, that was worth it to me. I was willing to say, you know what, it isn't likely, but it is a possibility that I won't come home to see my family as a result of going to this march because I care so deeply about this issue. For that to be the stakes that we were facing months ago, to see all of the Trump supporters that I have not seen a clip yet that involved anybody that wasn't white. They gonna pick out that one black and child. I didn't even see them blacks. I heard that they were there, but I never saw one for myself. So I'm just gonna say that we weren't there at all. The National Guard was called immediately to protect the White House during the Black Lives Matter movement. There was no advances made toward the Capitol building. There was nothing like that. It was the very presence of black bodies that was enough to call out the National Guard. Them people was outside of that Capitol building for hours, stormed the Capitol building, and then finally, not even the president, the vice president had to stand up and say, you know what? I don't think that we can let this happen. They are sitting in Nancy Pelosi's office. They're taking podiums, walking with podiums. There is a picture, I'm gonna pop it up into the screen. It pissed me off and simultaneously sent me into hysterical laughter because I just thought to myself, what if this was a black man sitting in that chair with a Black Lives Matter flag attached to his back and a black woman holding a sign under her arm that said, "Our children are crying out for justice," with her afro and her Black Lives Matter stuff on and the unapologetic "we will not be silenced." I had to cackle to myself, and this next thing that I said, which is so sad, is, oh, that would never happen because we will be dead. It's alarming, it's upsetting, it's traumatizing, the blatant, in your face double standards that is this country. I did not know that America could show their asses anymore until today. I guess that I felt like I couldn't not sit down and talk about this today, because all of my previous videos that I have had where I have talked about how it felt in that moment to be Black in America, I just didn't take for account that like my kid is gonna have these videos one day. Like, even like, I do not doubt that by the time we get there with curriculum, like, YouTubers' videos will be used in classes. We're kind of like a walking, living time capsule, you know? And we've never had this at any point in history before. So I kind of feel like it's like low-key an obligation to sit down and talk about these things, because I want to have these memories. I want to be able to look back at this time to see like how I was feeling in real time. And Jesus God, like, where are we gonna be in a year? While we're on the subject of things that are annoying me, I'd like to not name this YouTuber, but I just have to get this off my chest. And if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. And I know it's probably very annoying when YouTubers do this, but it's literally, you gotta think like YouTube is like our job. It's a source of income for me. And it's like talking badly about your coworker in front of a group of people. So you try to be like as anonymous as possible, but like it needs to be said. There's a particular YouTuber right now that is using their faith being Christianity, as a means to make anybody that is not a Christian and not a Trump supporter feel badly about themselves. That the Christian thing really pissed me off. How dare you? As a Christian, I feel like she is the type of Christian that gives us a bad rap. And you know what, let me pull back a bit. Honestly, the reason why I am not saying that I am a Christian with my whole chest is because of people like her. Like, because of people, extremists in a sense. I consider myself to be more spiritual than anything else. And it is just really a slap in the face for me to see somebody with such a big platform make such bold claims about how they are essentially a prophet, a modern day prophet, and that they are they've made remarks multiple times about how they believe that they have been put on this earth in order to like be a martyr for the cause. Like, all the hate that this person is experiencing is because they are a martyr for Jesus. I actually don't know if this is a thing, but I could imagine that people use the Netflix documentary, The Social Dilemma, as like a big source of where they get a lot of the information from. But honestly, The Social Dilemma was really eye-opening. If you've never seen it, totally recommend it. Honestly hooked me to my core. It really does show me that once you get to a certain point on the internet, you are going to just end up getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into that part of the internet. I feel like people like her don't understand that the world does not turn on the same axis in the same way for every single other member of planet Earth. Did you know that if you Google something in Ohio, and if you Google that exact same thing in like Nebraska, you'll get completely different top Google answers back? Like, did you know that? That is insane to me. So like, what really is the truth? Like, we're just constantly getting pushed our own narrative, like confirmation bias after confirmation bias after confirmation bias. Like, it's just this whole thing. So I understand why people like her end up being so radicalized. Like, and I keep, as these words are pouring out of my mouth, I'm like, am I radicalized? And no, I know me as a person. I know that I have not gotten to the point where I'm like, I've lost complete touch with everything else going on and like the other side. And I just want to make something abundantly clear here. When I talk about having a discussion and seeing other people's sides, I'm talking about a spirited debate with people that you care about, or maybe even someone online about something that you might disagree with. But what we're not going to have a spirited debate about is your right to believe in racism, you excusing your racist thoughts as quote unquote capitalism and supporting the president, your homophobia, xenophobia, prejudices, anything like that. What are we having a conversation about? What are we having a conversation about? You want to control my rights as a woman, but you don't have any ovaries? No. Not a conversation, okay? So I just wanted to make that abundantly clear, because I am not going to coddle the feelings of people that have no problem saying hurtful, racist, and all of the things to different groups. I'm not going to coddle your feelings. It's just like, why bother talking about the points of other people and what other people think if it's harmful and hurtful for me and my mental health? I'm not just about to sit up here and play middleman and try to see both sides. I'm not a Libra. That wasn't nice. Ooh, all my Libra followers are about to come for me. Alrighty, dighties, everyone. This is how my hair came out. Turn around so you guys can see it. I think it is super cute. It was really easy for me to do. Usually I would do it in the shower. We're gonna let this baby dry and then go to outro Simone. And that is it, everyone. Thank you so much for whoever made it to the end of today's video. I will pop up the pictures on the screen that I took with my hair while it was braided up. It was a cute little like, is she a boy, is she a girl moment. This video was actually, again, very difficult for me to make. Same as I felt when the big Black Lives Matter movement happened back in the summer, but I just refuse to not be a part of history. Thank you so much for being here on my channel and for supporting me today and always, and I will see you guys super duper soon in the next video. Remember to keep positivity in your life, because positivity breeds positivity, and we have absolutely no time for negativity in 2021. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.